Dorado County, the district attorney wants the public to know about a sexually violent predator that could possibly be released into that county. David Burgee was convicted in 1993 of sex crimes with two separate minors. He received an 8-year and 8-month prison sentence. In 2001, he was admitted to a Department of State hospital for treatment, but recently, after 3 doctors found him suitable for community treatment, he was ordered to be released. And tomorrow, there's a meeting for citizens to voice their concerns. This morning, we welcome El Dorado County Assistant District Attorney Lizette Suter. Lizette, good morning. Thanks so much for being with us. We appreciate it.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Explain, first of all, why having this meeting is so important.
Well, it's so important for several reasons. Most importantly, the public so often has to be reactive and find out, oh, there's a sexually registrant living near me. But this time we have an opportunity to be proactive, and we want the community to know that they have a right to be heard and that their voice matters in determining if they believe that there is suitable placement for someone that is the worst of the worst, a sexual violent predator, to be living in their community.
There are a number of people who will be at that meeting last night. What exactly do you expect and want citizens to learn?
Well, what we want citizens to know is that what a sexual violent predator means, it's someone that committed sex offenses. And rather than being released, normally when most people, when they commit a crime, they do their time and they get released. This is someone that's so bad that it's determined that they are what's called a sexual violent predator and must go to a state hospital for treatment. This person, although they're now deemed to be living in the community, doesn't mean they're no longer a sexual violent predator. They still have to have treatment, but it has to be in a place that's suitable. And we believe that there's no place in El Dorado County that would be suitable for someone like this to be living.
So I have to ask, where do you believe he should go?
Well, that's on the Department of State hospitals. There's many different factors to look at. And should it be somewhere just living naturally in a community where young children are living and people can come and go every day not knowing who's in their neighborhood? Or should it be somewhere where it's more confined and some different kind of place where there can still be treatment for people, but more of a structured environment in a situation in a location that isn't around the rest of the public? And that's for that.
And talk to me about where those places exist, because this isn't the first time that this kind of conversation has happened in our area. Happened in Placer County just a few months ago, a very similar situation. So explain for people who may not understand, where would these people, or where is it in your view that you believe these people should go when they are released?
Well, that's an excellent question. And quite frankly, the answer is I don't know, nor did Placer, because there aren't places equipped. This is new. I've been doing this job for 30 years, and this is the first time that we've had someone that the state Board of Hospitals is determining is able to be released. So that was the same situation that we had in Placer, right? So this is something that's new, and I don't think that we as a society are equipped for this.
Okay,
that's the problem.
So we know you guys have a meeting tomorrow, but take us through next steps.
Well, next steps will be hearing what the public has to say.
Okay.
And then what will happen is there's a company that is called Liberty Healthcare that contracts with the State Department of Hospitals, and they will make a determination. They haven't told us yet where in the state or in our community that they think this person should be. So we need to find that out.
Well, this is something we will for sure continue to follow here at KCRA 3, and we will be checking back in with you as this process does continue to see what happens and how it will affect the people in El Dorado County. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
Oh, we appreciate you. Thank you so much.